Good morning, folks. Welcome to another day in the world that is mine, I guess. We're off now for a wheel alignment, and I'm really hoping we can get this alignment sorted out. I feel like there's something loose in the front, which I might not have done uptight, but other than that, the car's been feeling really good. So I'll head straight off now to get an alignment, and then the plan is to head out to the track afterwards, and I want to start straightening my 350Z. And I've got some pretty interesting techniques that I use for straightening my cars, so I'm sure you'll be interested to see that, because I've spent a lot of time, and whenever I sort of muck around with it in front of someone and straighten a car, they're sort of like, what the hell are you doing? So hope you enjoy it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, but enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Well, I made the call to the wheel alignment place, and they can't get me in until a little bit later on. So we're gonna go basically evaluate the 350Z now, and I also want to go and check the guardrail at my track, because we actually had a full drive hit the guardrail. Yeah, we had a full drive come to my track and try and drift. So I'm gonna go check the guardrail damage at the track. So we'll go and have a look at that and have a look where the back of the 350Z might have got caught up on that guardrail, because normally I could slide the back end across that guardrail without it getting caught up and causing any issues at all. So I'm really, interested to find out how the hell it happened, and also to have a good look at the damage in the daylight. I'm not really looking forward to seeing how bad the damage is in the daylight, but you know, we'll get it sorted out, we'll get it all fixed up and get us going again. All right, let's go have a look. Well, I'm just having a look at the guardrail here, down at the track obviously, trying to work out where it might have happened. I believe this definitely looks like a piece of plastic out of my bumper. Then again, that does look like a piece of aluminium, but I wouldn't expect this part to sort of catch the car like it did. So you can generally slide across this guardrail pretty good. But what I'm feeling is that I may have got caught, which looks quite plausible, right here. So there's a bit of metal stuck in there. Actually that might be from my car. But we set this guardrail up so it could run, we mostly run that way, but obviously we do run backwards track every now and then. But this Pajero hit the guardrail. So this Pajero came and hit the guardrail literally right here in a big four-wheel drive. So it's obviously hit the wall, and I feel like it's sort of making this part of Armco stick out, where you can see here where it's got quite an edge on it. But then with that said, looking at the guardrail here, it looks like this might be where I've done the damage. So you see around the sort of bolt there, I have a feeling that might be the rear Rio might fit into that gap probably pretty perfectly, because I don't think I was necessarily that far down the guardrail. So this part here with the piece of plastic, unfortunately looks like where I may have well, the 350Z sort of met its maker. We'll go check out the 350Z now and see where we're at, because it definitely was a surprise. It sort of tore the back end of the car out quite a bit. So I'll go have a look at that now. We're in the 350Z now. I'm just taking it over. I've really been meaning to put this stuff in my storage container, so I'm going down there. Man, I tell you what, owning your own track is definitely something that's awesome, but look around. Do you know how hard it is to like not just start drifting like crazy right now? It's so hard. I would compare it to what a lot of them say is, don't get high on your own supply. So we have so many you know, track days here and everything else, but we're only allowed to have certain noise days. So if anyone's ever wondered why we're open on every second Tuesday and every second weekend and every single Thursday, they are the days that the council have given us that we're allowed to make noise, because we are very, very, very close to houses, and we're only about 400 meters from a retirement village. So if you've ever wondered, that's one of the reasons. Oh, the fun never stops today. I had parked the 350Z over there, and it's now over here. Luckily it hasn't hit, it hasn't hit the container, but you see by the big gap here, oh no, I didn't hit anything, and my back tire is completely off the ground over there. Luckily it is a diff that's shimmed tightly. Yeah, that wasn't meant to happen. That wasn't meant to happen at all. Bloody car just rolling away. I did have the handbrake on, but the factory handbrake is pretty dead. All right, let's get to it. Well, it's all starting to make a little bit more sense now. This is what the back of my 350Z now looks like. My rear bar, if I was to put it, looks like that chunk right there is what is sitting in the wall. So yeah, I would say definitely. And if you look at the rear bar itself, it has a mark there and there, which indicates to me that that's those two bits. I still think this rear bar is salvageable though. Yeah, that's salvageable. But this part of the car has got caught on the guardrail there and basically pulled the entire back end of this car across. So you can see with the mounts that used to hold my rear crash bar and this part of the car are all pushed across. This part looks like it's pushed up a little bit, so it's sort of messed up a lot of this stuff. The crash bar has definitely seen better days, but what I'm looking at here is it looks like it's actually torn. Yeah, so it looks like basically the hit from here has pushed this Rio bar and pushed the rear chassis rail across as well, which has caused a lot of damage there. It's quite a bit of damage. It really, when I did it, it didn't even slow the car down. It sort of, I felt a bit of a bang and sort of didn't think a whole lot of it. And then the guys on start line waved me in, you know, you need to come in, you need to come in. And then, yeah, I did not expect to see this much damage, and even in the night when I looked at it, it didn't look too bad. But I'm starting to think it might be, possibly be tuber end time. The factory Z is definitely super strong though. I've definitely given this rear end so many hits, but looks like this one maybe was just a little bit too much. Just unlucky to catch it on the wrong angle, you know, catching that little bit of metal that sticks out there. I think I'm gonna have to go home and get the BT50 and crack the winch out and do some repairs on this and see how straight we can get the back of the car. That's what I'll do. But I do want to show you, we did get the door trim for the V35, so let's go put that in the car, and then I'm going to head home and grab some lunch, and then go get a wheel alignment, and then come back and start tackling the rear end of this 350Z. There might be cutting, there's definitely going to be a lot of pulling, so fingers crossed guys, we'll get this thing straight and looking pretty again, because I really, really, really don't like driving cars without bumpers. I will go to extraordinary lengths to make sure there's bumpers on my cars for some silly reason. I just think that pictures of cars without bumpers look crap, so I really prefer to have headlights, tail lights and bumpers. I don't know, what do you guys reckon? I think just a complete car, whoa, it's windy down here. A complete car just looks so much better than a car with all bumpers missing. Like, you can have one of the best looking cars, and then if your front bumper's missing, it just makes the car look crap. Where you can have a somewhat average looking car, but as long as it's got all the bumpers on it, it's sort of like more appealing to me as it's a full complete car. I don't know, kind of weird, that's me. We are back over at the 350Z. I still can't get over how much of a transformation this car had, because it literally looked like crap the other day. Right, first things first. We've got a complete door trim. Don't know if we need any bolts and stuff. Rear door trim is in good condition, which we are stoked about. It does seem like I've just got to do some plugging in. First things first is getting some things plugged in. Do not know what this one's for. I know that this, okay, it's under the door light. Okay. Seems like there's part of, okay. I didn't see this bit before. Because this bit obviously goes in first. So obviously still need a few bolts to go in there. And I just want to get it together for now. The bolts can be put in at a later date by the looks of it. That bit into its hole. Alright, that seems to be door trim on. The V35 door trim, all done. I'm stoked about that. Just cleaning some rubbish out of that car and get to work on straightening out the back of the 350Z and working out if going down to see Chop at Black Arts for a tuber end or whether I tackle a tuber end myself. Things could get real interesting, so we'll see what happens next. You been watching the vlogs? Yeah. Well, now you're on it.
Oh, good start.
All right, this is a place I always come for wheel alignments. Good guys here, always sort of listen to exactly what I want, which is good, which is hard to find, honestly, because a lot of guys, you give them some stupid drift wheel alignment specs and they're like, are you sure you want that, mate? Like,
are you sure though?
I'm sure, I'm always sure. I think I'm sure. Low cars always have workarounds.
Always the workarounds.
Yeah. So we get this aligned up, center the rack hopefully so it doesn't rub on the caster rod anymore, and hopefully it'll be good. Will it be good? Will it be good? You hope so? Everyone's hopeful. I'm getting a car painted at the moment by one of my friends and he's like, oh, he's going to be doing the paint job on the car and he's like, yeah, we'll see how it goes, should be alright. It's like, no, you're doing a paint job on my car, man. Like, it's going to be mint. And one of the funnier things they've got here, which when the lift goes all the way up, they've got neons under their lift. It's funny as hell. That's caster. Okay, cool. That's not bad for a by eye. So yeah, this is what I was talking about before. The guys have got neon set up so they can be hectic all day long.
That's a little bit off colour, this one.
Yeah, should be right. Those ones are good though.
Ah.
Oh god, it's a party in here. You don't want people thinking it's a brothel. It's a really nice exhaust on this car that I am going to change, but this is one of my, oh, there's exhaust hanger hanging off here. Don't mind me. All right. So this is where I'm saying I'm going to get Chopper to move this across so it tucks up more into this section over here, so I stop scraping the exhaust so much. And then I'm going to add, rather than really nice lobster work, but rather than having just a resonator here, I'm going to add another full-size muffler and maybe even add another resonator down further, because I actually really want this car to be insanely quiet as far as the exhaust goes. But then when the external gate cracks open, obviously have all your fun and noise at that point. Is there a recommended caster for these, or you probably don't have the import?
No, I wouldn't have the standard specs.
Nah, it's all drift specs.
Drift specs.
As in, not an actual thing.
Yeah, obviously JZX 110 is an import, and a lot of wheel liners in Australia won't have the JZX 110 in their a lining machine program, because they'll have a bunch of set alignments for regular cars, i.e. your Camrys and everything else will have, you know, have stuff to go off already in the alignment machine. So I'm not sure. Any JZX guys, if you're watching, let me know where you run your caster at. I'm going to get on Google now and have a look, so see what we can find. A total of, what is it, 7 degrees of caster. We've got nearly 2 degrees, well 1.5 to nearly 2 degrees of camber, and then we're going with a mill. So we're going with a full mill of tow out. Normally I'd go more aggressive on a drift car, but obviously this being a road car, I don't want to go too aggressive and kill tires and things like that. And realistically, I'll only drift this very much every now and then. So only going with a tiny bit of tow out, it'll just make the car still drive nice if I go hills, grip driving, things like that, but without going crazy, because yeah, I don't need it realistically. So happy the guys went above and beyond to get this alignment done, just due to I really need longer tie rods. So I'm going to look into ordering probably some Uras tie rods off of the internet. So I'll get it done. The car's coming down now, successful. All right, we're backed out at the track now. I've got the 350Z up here in position. Let's consider this my pulling rack, because essentially tucking the rim down behind the concrete wall here will stop the car from sliding. And the angle I'm going for with the pull is to pull the car down and across to pull the rear end out. You seen this done before?
Yeah.
You've done it?
Oh yeah. Can't say I haven't. I'll use the tractor.
Use a tractor.
Yeah.
In Tassie, tractor. Car, stand back. It's actually pulling the car straight already. Oh. It's also pulling my four-wheel drive forward. Put on another spot now. Just trying to pull this part out, essentially.
Oh, nice pull.
Oh, we'll have to do a little bit of stitching. Just moving the wife and children to safety. They're going to head over there, so out of the way, just in case this bit snaps off. You'll have to be my eyes over there. Stop.
Let's pull it back heaps.
We've changed positions now of where to pull from. We are still using the winch. So just go out. But essentially we're trying to pull sort of down on the rear bar now. I think if you go on that rear bar again, and we'll just pull down from there, hopefully with the bit of angle it's got. Might get you to sit in the car on the brakes, or just hold the handbrake or whatever. Yeah, I certainly did a number on the rear of this car though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nah, just pulled straight off the alloy. Giving it another pull now. So basically you've just been pulling on this stuff to get it back pretty much, oh sorry, been pulling on this stuff to get it back almost in the factory's position. This part here still needs to go up. Just the corner of it though probably needs, well actually it needs to go out and up, but I don't really have the tooling to go out and up, but because all this is hidden by the rear bar at the end of the day. I just want the rear end to be able to handle a hit again, so that's our sort of my main aim now. I reckon we'll pull that other side back out a bit. Completely changed positions now, sort of trying to pull the bit at the back end where Bryce is, trying to pull that bit out essentially, yeah, in there, back out to where it needs to be. Had to sort of squash the BT into a position Here we go. Yeah, you might need to jump on the brake. Okay, Bryce jumping on the brake. See the back of the car sort of, wow, it's pulling the BT50 down the hill. Oh yeah, probably help if I pulled the handbrake. Right, so see if we can get this to pull any further. It's amazing the way a car, the metal just bends. Yeah, it's definitely dragging my BT50 down the hill. Sort of trying to get it in spots where it'll pull. There we go. Ooh, it's making bad noises. A lot better in this area here. It looks almost like the light. You got the light there, Bryce? Bring that over. Sit the light in there. Obviously it's broken, but at least hey, that's pretty good. It's definitely sitting a touch lower than it normally. Oh no, it's not even that bad. So, like, you can tell it's sitting lower.
Yeah, it is.
But it's definitely not too bad. And I think that'll do for the time being. I'll try not to sort of touch as many walls as I normally would with this car, because that aluminium bash bar that was on the back really was nice and strong and took a hit. The 350 lives on. She can't be killed. I believe it, she can't be killed. It's a legendary car. All right, we're gonna pack up here, guys. Head back to the house and stitch up the rear bar. Okay, we're back now at my residence. We're gonna try and put this bumper back together. It's all still there, bar the bit that was stuck in the wall. So gonna start drilling it out. A zip ties, drill. Got the multi, I don't know what you call them, Christmas trees, a lot of people call them, and get to work. So we're just getting some holes drilled now. Done your normal sort of drift stitching, but on a plastic bumper. There's still plenty of life left in it yet. So yeah, just basically everywhere. There's the piece that's missing there from the wall. Just basically drilling everywhere. Do this bit up here and maybe here, and this rear bumper will be, I would say, as good as new. All right, there we go, guys. There we have it. What I call, guess you'd call fixed. But the bar is one piece again. I'll cut all these bits off when I'm ready, but it's been a good day, very productive. We finally did get the sensors here for the JZX 110, so we're going to get them in and head down to Keeley tomorrow and see if that fix has worked, see if the Haltech is happy. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button, throw me some comments. I love reading the comments. I love writing back to you guys, so let me know, guys. Share the video around. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.